He's about saying what he wants to say. He's a badass.
You know, it's like a divine feeling when you kind of get that mood from the audience going. It's like food for my soul, you know.
To us in the beginning, it means that sick guy that used to bite the heads of the birds and do all that dark stuff.
You can do it, Ozzy! Fight his freaking head off!
Dude, I've heard some of these rumors. Well, I hear he throws puppies on stage and he eats the heads off of birds and...
What else did you hear about Ozzy?
They said he was on stage and there was this dead cow on stage and he literally ate his way out of the cow.
Ate his way out of a cow? I never heard that. That's funny. I ate at Morton's with him, and I don't even think he ate a steak.
The biting the head off the bat, that was really true. I believe that somebody threw a bat up on stage. Apparently Ozzy thought that this was a rubber bat.
You know, the adrenaline's going and just figured he'd bite the head off and throw it out in the audience, you know, get the crowd going. No.
But he soon discovered that he had made an error.
Bit into it and he was like, what the is this? You know, because, you know, it had real, you know, it's a real bat.
If you make a mistake, you got to live with it. And sometimes, a lot of times, I made some real bum mistakes, you know.
That was just a step beyond what people were willing to put up with. But after a while, it was like, oh, it's the best thing that he ever did. It was a story people could tell for generations beyond that.
When everything's in place and you're singing great and the band's playing great, there's nothing in this planet to touch it. It's the greatest high I've ever had in my life, and it's natural, it's God-given.
What do people mean by devil music? Anything you want to repress, anything that is not you, is usually a real good signifier for something the devil must be involved with.
You make the Lord very nervous.
Once you cross the Mason-Dixon line, there are people who, despite what the good book says, do judge and don't care if they're judged. And they say, this is evil, this is satanic, and this is not fit for God. And they judge you.
This very straight-looking guy comes up to me. He says, "You, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne?" And I go, "Yeah." I'm thinking he's the doctor. And he goes, "Put Satan behind you, put Jesus in front of you." I was going bananas. Now all the people in the restaurant start shouting. It's like a horror film. Suddenly I'm going, my God. I'm not crawling out of my hands and knees. It was terrifying.
People started to point fingers at Kiss, and myself especially, and wanted to know whether or not I was a Satan worshiper. And I told him, first of all, it was none of your business, and whether I was or not was not really the issue. The question is who's asking and who wants to know.
I'm always afraid that someone might do something drastic, you know, like I've had a vision, you know.
The guy that walks down the street with a cross on his back is more a pain in the ass than some Satan worshiper who does his business in his own private apartment.
They don't know me. I'm not what they think I am, you know. It's kind of like a prejudice, you know.
Initially, when we first started touring in the 70s, either because I stuck my tongue out or because I'm Jewish, take your pick. Oh, he's a devil. Okay, that's what I am. You read about something, you know, someone, and they don't know I'm a family man, I'm a husband, and I have dogs, and I don't eat them every night, you know. Whatever demons are involved with Ozzy are the demons within him, his own craziness, his own stuff that he fights with, and those are what the lyrics are about.
But wrap your minds around this, gentlemen.
The problem with satanic ideas as song fodder is that any new band that doesn't have a clue what to do and doesn't know how to write songs, especially lyrics, will grab onto the Satan thing because it's easy. The devil and the horn, and here comes evil, and backwards it spells live.
I command you in the name of Lucifer.
There's darkness coming. Get out of here.
First album we did, which is called Holy Diver, has the picture of what's supposed to be a monster, which became our logo. He was such a monster, we call him Murray. I mean, real evil name, isn't it? And the question was always asked, why did you do that? Why did you put this monster on your album cover drowning a priest? And I said, well, I did it for this reason. So you could ask me that question, and I could say to you, how do you know it's not a priest drowning a monster?
Okay, whatever.
My point has always been, you must look inside the package before you make your judgment. And my belief is that God and the devil reside in you and I. I'm God and I'm the devil.
In the early 70s, when we first started, people pointed, the preachers, to pictures of me going like this.
Oh yes, right, this.
This.
This?
A lot of people don't know what this means.
I think they're talking about Satan.
Running with the devil!
in heavy metal referred to as the horns of Satan, saying, hey, we are brothers of Satan.
Hell, Nicky!
We are forever your slaves.
Horns were always a sign of evil. That was considered pagan, primitive, and therefore evil.
Dark Prince is here.
I don't do that. I mean, I just do that, you know. I mean, I go that.
I did this because initially in photos, I was playing bass and holding on to the pick, and I never wanted my hands to be stuck to my guitar. So I always stuck it's the only two fingers I had free. So I'd stick those up. Immediately people thought, ah, devil's horns.
Dio was one of the first to use that, and he says that he got it from his Italian grandmother.
This is an old Italian superstition. It's called the Maloik. And the Maloik is two things. It's to catch the evil eye or to give it.
Look at it! Come on!
So when I got into Sabbath, I was not about to do this. That was Ozzy's thing, of course. And for some strange reason, this just suddenly appeared.
I'm evil. I'm Italian, but I'm evil.
I think it just symbolizes the whole heavy metal scene.
This means heavy metal rules, right?
Well, I think the demonic part of it might be good for people who like the WWF, but you know, as a serious, legitimate musician, it's hard for me to swallow that.
After a while, it just gets to be a little bit funny, though, you know?
So, I find it absolutely stupid and completely stupid to talk about the subject. I really do.
I'm evil and the dark and singing like this.
It's like, shut up. Beyond a certain level of intelligence, you can't take that seriously.
Sounds like our devil dance actually worked.
About time.
I think the people who do take it seriously in heavy metal music are kind of missing the metaphor.
I don't know. I think stuff gets blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
And I think it's all individual. I think maybe some people might try and give that message, but I don't know. I think it gets blown out.
Yeah.
And like anything else, it's a show, man.
Yeah, and heavy
It's a
metal.
show.
Heavy metal's a big old, you know, dress up and go.
So I just let it ride. If that's what you think it's about, then that's what it's about.
At the end of the day, this is still the quintessential American experience, which is unlike anywhere in the world. This is of the people, for the people, and by the people.
They will not let it die, and they will not let it die. They live for this. No one will tell them that they can't have this music, and thank God they still grow their hair long.
I don't like looking into the future because I'm always wrong, you know. I just like to get through the day, you know. But I'll continue for as long as they want me to on here, man, as long as I can do it.
Hey, go do something stupid. You know, put on face paint, do your own stuff, ignore everybody else, be completely out of favor. Don't be like every other band. You might have a chance. And by the way, go buy the KISS cell phone. My mom wants another house.